Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time tuning in, I'm Adriel, and I am currently telling a story of my life. Last episode, I talked about the month of September. This episode, I'm going to talk about the month of October. Now, beginning of October, October 1st, I started working on the project. So, the draft work, I'm still working on it. And I'm working on it with Tracy. Um, and I feel like it's the same thing where Tracy's asking me to help her for some stuff. I'm helping her, but she kind of doesn't help me, you know? And also, too, what I forgot to mention about Tracy, Tracy's a Christian. Now, Tracy's a Christian, and I think that's another reason why I kind of like gravitated towards her. She's a Christian, and when we would talk about Christianity, we would talk about Christ, definitely talk about Christ. And we would talk about stuff like secular music and how she told me that she doesn't listen to secular music anymore and that it's demonic. And I was like, yo, I listen to secular music. I listen to Chris Brown. I listen to all these people. So she just said that the music is demonic and it's not good. As far as I am concerned, I don't feel like now there are some things that I just feel like it's just yeah you shouldn't listen to, but I don't feel like listening to this is just me. This is just me. I've never changed my behavior because I heard a particular song. Like if I hear lyrics of someone talking about stabbing somebody, even though I wouldn't want to listen to that music, but if I was to listen to it, I'm not gonna go ahead and stab somebody. Like I'm not doing the lyrics. So that was my take on it. And I was telling her like, yeah, I'm not doing what these people are saying. So but she was like, yeah, secular music is demonic. It's not good. What else did we talk about? Talked about gospel artists working with secular artists, how that's not good as well. She told me about her story of how she came into Christ. And also another thing was that she would speak in tongues because I've seen her pray on the phone with someone. And yeah, so that was the whole little background with the whole Christianity stuff. So I noticed that she was speaking tongues, and I remember telling her that I commend her. Like I don't know anyone that's young, like in my age group, that speaks in tongues. The only people I've seen that spoke in tongues were people who were older, people who were in like their 40s, probably 50s, or even their 30s, because at this time I was in my 20s. Like, yeah, I haven't heard anyone in my age group or anyone in my age, speak in tongues. And then this is her response. She talked about the ministry that she was a part of, and she was like, "Oh yeah, we all speak in tongues." I was like, "Oh okay." I don't speak in tongues, so I don't know. So with the whole ministry that she's a part of, she would say, "Hey, they do a retreat every February that I want to invite you." And I was like, "Oh, that's dope," because my church in New Jersey has a youth ministry, and they have a retreat every year. So I love retreats. So I'm like, yeah, that's something I could, get down with. Like, yeah, I wouldn't mind to go. So she started basically promoting the retreat to me or like pushing the retreat to me. And I was like, oh yeah, definitely. That's something I would be interested in. And she was like, yeah, the registration is open in November, or I think it was October or whatever. November, get into it, blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, yeah, that would be something I'll be interested in. So she stayed in my apartment till like 2 a.m. So yeah. When it comes to Melissa, she tries to get in these like mini conversations with me by asking me questions. I don't respond. And the reason why I don't respond, because I believe she did something foul. And I actually didn't mention in the month of September, but I actually got sick in September. And I just had this serious cold, serious cough as well. The fan was on. I asked her to turn off the fan because the fan was getting to me. She told me she couldn't turn it off. So I had to position my bed in a different way. And I just thought that, man, this girl is so ruthless. Like, I am sick. The fan is bothering me, and you don't want to turn the fan off. I was like, "Oh, I'm so done with you. Like I'm done. I don't want to talk to you." October, I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to talk to her." So now it's October 1st, the actual October 1st. I go to class to figure out what is my grade in the micro exam. So when he when he handed me my exam, I was so nervous. I was like, "Oh, what did I get? What did I get? What did I get?" So I peeked. I looked at it, and y'all, I got an 82. I was like, "Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Thank you, God! Thank you, Jesus! Thank you, Lord!" I was so happy that I did good. I went from a 20 to an 82. Thank God. Oh my goodness! I was so excited. I prayed. I was like, "Lord, please let this, you know." And also, I remember having thoughts in my head that me beefing with Melissa was gonna affect my grades. Like God was gonna be mad at me, and my grades were gonna suffer because of that. But I got an 82, so I was like, "Ooh, thank God." The next week, which was the 8th, our rough draft was due, and everything was off. Like my whole numbers, everything was off. And I was just like, "Yo, why is it off?" Like I remember just being precise with every single item on the draft. Like, why was it off? So I said, "You know what? I'm just gonna hand it in and see what he says." Also, I've scheduled an appointment with an orthodontist in the North Decatur area, and my appointment is scheduled to be November. Yes, my appointment was scheduled to be November. October 14th, I'm working on the legit project. So no more rough draft. I have to work on this project because it's due the next day on the 15th, which was a Monday. I'm working on it. And as I was trying to print out the stuff, I noticed that some numbers were off the paper. It was going off to another page. I was like, "Yo, this not only are the numbers off, like the arrangement on the document is off too." So I'm just like, "What? I got to submit this tomorrow morning." So I stayed up the entire night just to work it out. I worked it out and I started printing. Now, at the time I was printing was probably like 12 a.m., probably 12 or 1 a.m. I started printing. Next thing you know, Melissa starts complaining. The Adriel, can you stop? Like, I'm trying to sleep. I remember, wow, I'm just getting emotional. I remember just saying, I have to leave. I said, I have to, I was like, I have to leave here. I can't stay here. I felt like a prisoner at that apartment. I felt like a prisoner at that apartment. I couldn't turn on the lights. I can't do this. I can't do my laundry when I want to do my laundry. I couldn't do certain things. Now I need this homework to be, I need this project to be done. I need to print this out. I can't do it. Everything Melissa wants to do, she just does it in the apartment. I can't. I was like, "Yo, I can't stay here. I have to leave. I can't do this." So I remember just crying on my bed and said, "I can't do this anymore. I have to leave." Thank God at this point I already got my refund, and I was using the refund to pay um for the rent. I was like, I can't do that. I feel like I'm squatting here even though I'm paying rent. So I said I am going to look for an apartment this week, try to see if I can move in November 1st because I can't do this anymore. And so October 15th was the next day. Handed in I handed in the project, and I'm going to stop the episode right there. Next episode I'm going to talk about what happened in the rest of October. And yeah, so thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I'm going to shed a lot of tears as I narrate an unlikely story. So just bear with me, okay? So yeah, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, and yeah, thank you for tuning in. And